Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. And today we're going to be looking into this album's 25th anniversary. I should have done this yesterday, but I just didn't really have the time to. I also didn't realize it until a little while ago, but I decided why not cover it. And it's from one of my favorite power metal bands, or probably my favorite power metal band. As you can see by the title, today we're going to be looking into Imaginations from the Other Side by Blind Guardian, the band's fifth album released on April 4th, 1995 through Virgin Records. Now, with this album, the band's fifth album, it's kind of like different compared to some of their earlier albums, such as like Battalions of Fear and stuff. I feel like this album has a lot more of a darker tone, darker atmosphere here compared to like I said, Battalions of Fear or stuff like that, because those albums have more of a lighter atmosphere. But I feel like this is kind of where the band kind of went a lot more darker, and which in my opinion, this is probably my favorite Blind Guardian album so far. I just think it's just flawless from top to bottom. As you can see, I have like my copy signed by some of the guys. It's just the production is just great. I mean, Hansi Kirch can do no wrong. He does vocals, and this is actually a new for some people that don't know. He is actually a bass player. He played bass on the first 5 albums, and this is the last album he did on the bass bit, where he actually sang and played bass. But after this, he stopped playing bass to just focus on vocals only. And guitar wise, Marcus and forget Andre's guitar playing is just tight as ever. The drumming on this album is just tight. The bass, I kind of was my little nitpick about this album is I kind of wish the bass was turned up a little bit, but that's just me. But that doesn't detract from the actual song qualities and stuff, because this album is just fucking amazing. So yeah, without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, starting things off is the title track, "Imaginations from the Other Side," which this song is just epic. And I just like some of the lyrics are pretty great. Like the song, like something like this end of the second verses goes, "Do you know if Merlin did exist?" It's probably one of the best pieces of songwriting in Blind Guardian in things. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty much sets the tones for the rest of the album. There's no poorly written songs though, and it's perhaps the fair that I don't know. It's just a great way to start this album. Anyway, moving on to "I'm Alive," which is a track of dark, melancholy speed metal, and the riffs and vocals on here are absolutely merciless, and it almost sort of like evokes kind of like a thrashy atmosphere at times. And the acoustic segments give the song a really kind of like gloomy feel, and perfectly sort of like complementing the harsh, savage riffs of the electric guitar. And additionally, the guitar harmonizing in the solo is one of the best examples of the band's sort of like knack for great, catchy harmonies. These are one of the best solos of all time. The powery riffs under the sections after the solos are absolutely great. This is another excellent song, if perhaps not quite reaching the level of the title track. Anyway, next song on the album is called "A Past and Future Secret," which really showcases Hansi in a complete different way, despite the fact the rest of his vocals on the album are about as raspy as clean singing can be. And his cleaner kind of like ballad, like vocals are better than they were on any other albums. This probably shows that Hansi's singing lessons have been going well. And they're pretty much definitely enjoyable for the listener. And while his vocals on, let's say, for example, the Bard song from "Somewhere Far Beyond" sounds a bit rough, these are pretty much completely flawless. Unless the placid, quite kind of like medieval majesty of the song works wonderfully with his vocals, as well as sort of like the synths, and the band has been complimenting throughout portions of this album, I should say, and it just sounds as vast as the opener, if not quite as just like ancient and epic. It doesn't fail to disappoint. Anyway, then moving on to the script for "My Requiem," which is an abstract retelling of Percival's arduous quest for the Grail. Oh, and it's sort of like a tale of like lyrically to like about a man losing his faith and reflecting upon his time in his last pursuit, such as the Fellowship's quest. But yeah. And I just really like sort of like the emotive lyrics in here. It's a great song. Moving on to "Mordred's Song," which starts off with sort of like a dark, haunting acoustic interlude, but the lyrics you can sort of like begin sort of like a sense of parody album. It sort of like goes dark and unhappy on the second song, and it just seems to be staying that way apart from like the ballad in here. And it's interesting that what many praise as Blind Guardian's best power metal album is such an unconventional one, but then despite their success in the power metal scene, Blind Guardian is far from the conventional band, and it pretty much shows here. And this song is even darker and moodier than the previous one, and the riffing just creates a cursed and almost regal feeling at times. Anyway, moving on to Born in a Morning Hall, which is a strange power metal number that changes mood often, is probably the one of the least consistent song on the album, but is far from that. It starts off with a simple, heavy, almost upbeat verse before falling into like sort of like angry brooding as the album has been, and so sort of like skillfully employing. And the chorus is slow and melancholic, and probably the best of the song. And I don't know. I really love sort of like the unpredictable like tempo and mood changes from standard power metal to thrashy speed metal to ethereal acoustic interludes. It's a pretty interesting song. Blind Eyes, not Blind Eyes, bleh, Bright Eyes. I can't even speak today. And it's pretty much as moody as Mordred's song and as angry as sort of like a script for my Requiem. And this production here is even better than the rest of the album, with the big atmospheric intro and the glossy guitars and wind blowing, sort of like the backing vocals chanting "Fool, just another fool, just another fool," which is absolutely fantastic. And I love sort of like Hansi's angsty vocals, especially in the almost desperate chorus, is very excellent in here. Another Holy War, which has everything you're looking for in a Blind Guardian song. Fast drumming, double guitar solos, and Hansi doing what he does, and a slow melodic breakdown to end the song. And then the album closes with, believe it or not, funny enough, "And the Story Ends," which is appropriate song title, which is almost 6 minutes of just pure power metal goodness. It starts off with drums marching you on, choirs interesting you with their melodies, and double guitars doing just as they want, and it just sounds so cool. And the verses of the song are in such a rhythm that I am sure you would just march to. And this song is just so uplifting yet depressing at the same time. It takes you on the highest of highs, but with a sense of knowing that it'll all be over soon. And I feel like this song kind of reminds of having to say goodbye to a good friend and trying to grasp the last fleeting moments with them. It's simply a spectacular song. And overall, Imaginations from the Other Side by Blind Guardian is one of the best power metal albums of all time. It's just flawless. So I'd give this album a score. I'm going to give this probably a solid 10 out of 10. And it's just perfect. So yeah, if you're a fan of power metal and want to get into power metal, I would recommend this is one album you would definitely want to listen to, and you would not be disappointed. So yeah, that's my review of Imaginations from the Other Side by Blind Guardian, guys. Please let me know what you guys think about it, and thank you all for watching. And as always, keep it metal.